sit on the phone with a woman that I know is cheating with my man. I'm just not gonna do that. Watching them interact, watching them have conversations, is like watching her teach this woman how she wants them to operate. And I said that to her. I just really can't sit in a room with someone that will lie to my face.
There are moments in reality TV that shake the entire fan base. The kind of moments that make people pause mid-scroll, raise their eyebrows, and ask, wait, what did she just say? And Destiny Payton just delivered one of those moments. Because after months of staying quiet, playing it cool, and trying to protect her peace, but what nobody expected was the way she would come for LaTisha and Martell in one powerful warning that feels less like shade and more like a storm slowly rolling in. The kind of storm people have been secretly waiting for. It all started with a simple message Destiny posted online. At first glance, it looked harmless, like one of those motivational quotes she usually shares. But then people reread it, and the undertone hit different.
How y'all doing this morning?
Better than you.
I am here at...
What's that? What is that?
the Madison County Courthouse. About to turn myself in. And look who's always with me. My dad.
Okay.
My rider. Always. I hate this with him more than anything.
Me too.
The thing through it all is I've learned that I'm one of God's strongest soldiers.
The message wasn't for strangers, it wasn't for fans, and it definitely wasn't just some vague reflection. No, this message had a target, maybe even two. And once viewers looked closer, once they connected the dots, the room went silent. Because Destiny wasn't just venting, she was warning. And the two people many believe she was aiming at, LaTisha and Martell, might not be ready for what she's about to unleash.
What was asked of me was valid, except for, I felt a little way about you got a pillow next to you, because I am a friend of the show. And it wasn't, in my mind, necessary for me to have my relationship on the state, because my current situation is not a part of the show, or was not a part of the show at the time. So, I get it.
But before we dive into what Destiny said and why fans are calling it a direct threat, let's rewind, because this moment didn't just appear out of nowhere. This has been building for years. Quiet tension, small betrayals, subtle shade, conversations whispered off camera, friendships that looked solid on the surface, but cracked underneath. And now, after everything, Destiny is finally done holding her tongue. Destiny Payton did not arrive on Love and Marriage Huntsville as someone ready for battle. She came in as someone who just wanted peace, a fresh start, and maybe even new friends she could trust. She had just gone through a lot personally.
Listen, this show means a lot to Melissa in a very different way of what it means to Teresa. I think, to your point, listen, I think anybody who watches the show can see that Melissa wants to be the top dog, and she has trouble with Teresa constantly winning in the end. And this, I'm gonna tell you, it was the season where Danielle Staub, one of my favorites of all time.
Yes,
it was the season where Danielle Staub, unfortunately, Melissa, like, Teresa told me to pull the hair. What I saw was this excitement of Melissa getting the tea. Like, what she did, what? And I think in Melissa's mind, she was like, oh, baby, it's going down.
Changes in her marriage, shifts in her business, and a whole new chapter unfolding right in front of her. She didn't walk into the spotlight with knives out. She walked in with open arms. And that's why so many people connected with her. She was raw, she was vulnerable. She let the world see her struggles without pretending everything was perfect. And when she formed friendships with people like LaTisha and Martell, fans thought, okay, maybe she finally has a real support system. At first, it seemed like she did. Destiny and Tisha had that relatable friendship that looked strong even when things around them got messy. They laughed together, defended each other, and understood each other in ways other cast members didn't. And with Martell, the bond went back even further.
To me, I hate to say this, but girl code is I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm gonna say it. It was okay when you felt like you were getting information.
It was okay.
And then for you to think that I would give him information, that's not girl code. So there was never that exchange because, again, he's a man.
They weren't just friends, they were practically family. People joked about it, people speculated about it, but through all the rumors, they remained close. They had each other's backs when social media attacked, when castmates threw shade, and when the drama got overwhelming. But here's the part nobody saw coming. The cracks were already forming.
It didn't start with explosions or betrayal. It started with small things. A side eye here, a comment there, days without speaking, misunderstandings that never got addressed because everyone was too busy trying to keep the peace. Destiny was starting to notice that the loyalty she was giving wasn't always coming back.
She would stick up for Tisha during heated moments, even when the room was against her. She would protect Martell when his personal life became front-page news. She would go out of her way to be someone they could trust. But did they do the same for her? Over time, Destiny felt like she was being asked to give loyalty she wasn't receiving. She felt judged for things she didn't do, blamed for conflicts she wasn't part of, and pulled into battles that were never hers to fight. And slowly, quietly, the distance began. People on set noticed it first. They weren't hanging out the same way. Their conversations went from daily to weekly, to barely happening at all. It didn't take long before fans caught on too. They saw the tension, the weird energy, the way Destiny seemed more guarded. And the more episodes that aired, the more obvious it became that something behind the scenes had shifted. But here's the twist that changed everything. Destiny stopped softening her reactions. She stopped making excuses, stopped pretending she didn't feel hurt, stopped smiling through situations that made her uncomfortable. And that's when the real fallout began. Destiny pulled back emotionally. She started speaking up more, even if it meant ruffling feathers. She started calling out behavior that didn't sit right with her. She wasn't trying to start a war. She just wasn't willing to be the quiet friend anymore. But when Destiny changed her energy, Tisha and Martell changed theirs too, and not in a good way. Tisha felt like Destiny was distancing herself for no reason. She felt like she was the one being abandoned. Martell, on the other hand, didn't like Destiny questioning his choices or the way he moved during certain conflicts. And instead of sitting down to talk things through, everything turned into assumptions, miscommunication, hurt feelings, and before anyone realized what was happening, 3 people who used to laugh together were now barely on speaking terms. The tension reached a boiling point at the reunion. Fans saw it. They felt it. Destiny's face said everything her mouth didn't. Tisha looked tired of defending herself. Martell seemed frustrated, annoyed, and confused all at the same time. And when they were asked directly about where their friendship stood, the hesitation in all their voices told the truth. Things were broken. But what nobody expected was that months later, after all the chaos, after all the silence, after all the attempts to keep things behind the scenes, Destiny would finally speak. And she wouldn't whisper. She wouldn't sugarcoat. She wouldn't hold back. She would warn. Destiny's message was simple, but sharp. Stop playing with me before I stop protecting you. Fans immediately went into detective mode. Protect who, from what, and why now? Then Destiny added something that changed everything. I won't let people use my silence to rewrite the truth. That line alone shook the entire fan base. People started connecting dots. They started pulling up old clips. They started rewatching scenes where something felt off. And the more they dug, the more they began to suspect exactly who Destiny was talking about. Because if there's one thing Destiny hasn't been lately, it's protected. She has been accused, dragged, blamed, attacked, and used as a storyline. And through it all, she kept quiet. She kept choosing peace. She kept trying to let things go. But when someone feels pushed into a corner long enough, they come out swinging. And Destiny is swinging now. What nobody expected was how deeply her warning seemed to hit Tisha. Fans noticed immediately. Tisha became defensive online. She posted quotes about snakes in the grass, fake friends, and people switching up. Social media lit up with speculation. Was she responding to Destiny? Was she trying to throw shade back? Was she trying to gain sympathy before Destiny said something bigger? Meanwhile, Martell stayed unusually silent. And if you know Martell, silence isn't his style.
That alone made fans suspicious, because if Destiny were truly lying or just seeking attention, Martell would have shut that down instantly. But he didn't. Instead, he stayed quiet, almost too quiet, like someone who knew better than to poke a sleeping giant.
Fans started commenting, "Destiny knows too much. Martell better tread lightly." If Destiny speaks, it's over for someone. Tisha looks nervous. Destiny must be holding real receipts. Destiny's warning wasn't random, it was personal. But the real shock came when Destiny hinted there was more to the story. She wrote, "I kept my mouth shut out of loyalty, not fear. But I'm not loyal to people who aren't loyal to me." That line changed everything. Because it wasn't just shade, it was a declaration. Destiny was saying loud and clear, "I know things. I've seen things. And if you keep dragging my name, I will speak."
Suddenly, people began questioning old rumors Destiny never confirmed, but never denied either. Rumors about shifting alliances, rumors about conversations off camera, rumors about who said what behind whose back, rumors that if Destiny decided to address publicly, could set the entire Huntsville world on fire.
And that brings us to what Destiny's warning really means emotionally.
Destiny wasn't just angry. She was hurt. Hurt by people she thought would ride for her the same way she rode for them. Hurt by people who used her loyalty as a shield while giving her nothing in return. Hurt by friendships that felt one-sided. Hurt by secrets she kept to protect people who weren't protecting her. Destiny's warning wasn't a threat born out of malice. It was a boundary born out of pain.
She was tired of being quiet, while others got loud. Tired of letting people toss her name around for a storyline. Tired of being the friend who always forgives. Tired of being the one blamed when things went wrong. Tired of giving chances to people who didn't deserve them. And when someone reaches that point, the point of no return, things shift permanently. Because here's the truth. Destiny is not the same woman she was when she entered the show. Life changed her. Experiences changed her. People changed her. And instead of being embarrassed by that or hiding from it, she's embracing it.
This is a Destiny who knows her worth.
A Destiny who values peace over fake friendships. A Destiny who won't carry secrets for people throwing shots. A Destiny who refuses to let others dictate her narrative.
And that's why her warning feels so powerful, because this time, she means it.
So what happens now? Will Tisha clap back again? Will she try to paint Destiny as the villain? Or will she finally admit that maybe their friendship wasn't as balanced as she wanted people to believe? Will Martell stay silent, or will he break and respond? Will he defend himself? Will he deny things Destiny hasn't even revealed yet? Or will he quietly back away and hope she never drops the receipts fans are convinced she has?
And most importantly, will Destiny actually speak? Will she expose the things she's been holding back? Or is the warning alone enough to make certain people rethink how they talk about her?
One thing is clear. The energy has shifted. Destiny isn't afraid anymore. She isn't hiding anymore. She isn't protecting people who wouldn't protect her. She isn't swallowing her emotions just to keep the peace. She's walking into a new chapter with her head held high, her boundaries solid, and her voice ready. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do isn't yelling or arguing. It's finally saying, I'm done protecting you. Now, protect yourself. This isn't the end of the story, not even close. Destiny's warning was just the beginning of a storm that could reshape every friendship, every alliance, and every dynamic in Huntsville. And if the past is any indication, when Destiny speaks next, the entire cast, yes, every single one, better be paying attention. Because this time, she's not holding anything back.